Okay, well, welcome to the first instalment of Pimping My Explorer. This is the first guitar I built. Started it in about 1986. I was a student at university then, and as is often the case, studies got in the way and the Explorer took a back seat. I finished it off when I first got a job, and it was finished probably in about 1992. It's a fairly authentic copy of a Gibson Explorer. There's one or two liberties taken, particularly with the size of the body, which has been downscaled a little bit. First of all, because original Explorers are sort of the size of a coffee table, and secondly because the body's got a one-piece mahogany back to it, and I scaled the body down to fit onto the mahogany. Let's have a couple of close-ups and have a look at this thing in some detail. Well, the headstock's your usual Explorer hockey stick shape, and as you can see, the strings fan out quite dramatically as they swoop over the headstock. Not quite as dramatically as one of the Kramers that I owned, but you can see, particularly on the top strings, the E in particular, that the break angle is quite extreme, and it does tend to cause tuning problems. So the first mod that's going to be made is the machine heads are going to be swapped and exchanged for some Goto locking versions of the Cloisons that are already on the guitar. So it'll look fairly original, look like it does now, but the machine heads will be locking ones, which hopefully will give it a little bit more stability when it's playing and when the strings are bent. Okay, as we move down, got the rosewood board on a mahogany neck, down to the pickups. Now these pickups were sold to me by the man Kent Armstrong himself back in 1986 at the Guitarist show in London. So this was when Kent, I believe, was making his own pickups rather than getting them manufactured for him in Korea. They're great pickups, they sound fantastic, they've got a real ballsy tone to them, but as this guitar has been waiting patiently for me to return from Australia for 8 years, I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a treat, put some new pickups on it. Ironically, the pickups that I'm putting on are actually the same type. So I've got a Kent Armstrong P8F Plus to go in the neck, and a Kent Armstrong Rocker, which is like a slightly more overwound version of the P8F Plus, to go in the bridge position. The main difference is that instead of the interesting sort of toast rack type top, they've got traditional chrome tops on them. I'm also tempted to try the Peter Green mod and reverse the magnet in one of them to give the out of phase in between sounds when both pickups are on. Okay, you can see the selector switch. The other change that's going to happen, I've got an N-Tune onboard tuning system like I put onto the Brian May Strat, and I'm going to put one of those on here too. They are brilliant. I'm just hoping that I can fit the battery in the compartment, but some of the space in the compartment at the back is going to be freed up, as I'll explain in a sec. Okay, moving down to the bridge, we've got a standard Tune-o-matic style bridge, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but it's coming off anyway. The reason being, I've always fancied a guitar with a Bigsby. Until now I've been a little bit scared of putting a Bigsby on this because of drilling holes in it, but now the fantastic invention that is the Vibramate has come out. Now, Vibramate, for those that don't know, is an adapter plate so that you can fit a Bigsby onto the front of your guitar without actually drilling any more holes. So it fits into the stud holes for the stop tailpiece. So the stop tailpiece will come off, be replaced by a Vibramate and a Bigsby, and the Tune-o-matic bridge will come off and be replaced by a roller bridge, which, like so many other parts I've got from StewMac in the States. Now the only problem with the Bigsby is that it is going to interfere with the middle control there, which is the tone control for the neck pickup. So the back pot will be a master tone control, the front pot will be a master volume control, and will also be the push-pull control for the N-Tune onboard tuning system, and the middle pot is going to go. Now I might be able to fit a mini switch in there to tap the humbuckers. If I can't, I've got a cunning way of actually hiding the hole and making a little bit of a feature on it. If I move back a bit, you can see the body of the guitar has got an oak top. That's allegedly from an English country church. It's got a mahogany body, so you can see against the bluebells there the mahogany of the body and the mahogany of the set neck. It's fairly traditional as to the Explorer. The set neck is the joint's a little bit bigger than that of a traditional Explorer, simply because I was young and I hadn't done my research, and I joined it on like a fender neck, where I could in fact have put the neck tenon underneath the back pickup. Apart from that, it's a great guitar. 25 years old nearly. Would that make it a vintage? I guess it possibly would. But they say your first love is your best, and I do love this guitar, but I think it's time to pimp it up a bit. So next we'll have a look at the parts that we're going to put on it.